Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jed and let's do some rune readings. Today it is the 24th day of the month of Julius and it is a Thursday and the moon is new. It's new. It's a new moon today. So I have the Elderfruit Archon Birch right here and let's see what message wants to come through today. We're going into another heat wave where I am. Alas, alas. But you know, it's July, it's allowed. It's July, it's allowed. Can't argue with it. So do. Doopy doopy doo. Way up there. This is interesting. This is very similar to yesterday so far. It's got the same middle, which is quite interesting. Let's get this up here. I'm actually going to scoot this up a little bit. There we are. Right, our central issue today is also the honing of focus. So we have... actually, the day before yesterday, similar to the day before yesterday. So we have Kaunas reversed, which is the rune of the torch or the fire. Reversed, it's when it's upright, it's expansion of focus, it's opening out. But now that it's reversed, it's a honing of focus. We're sort of honing our focus. However, there may also be a read on this for elimination of options. So let's read the rest of this and see if that shifts. We have Avaz reversed leading up to this. Avaz is the rune of the horse, and the horse has to do with movement and also spirit. So it is reversed. In this particular position, I would read this as you were galloping, you have stopped. So there's basically something got mired. You sort of feel a bit mired moving forward. You may be, I think maybe you just got overwhelmed. Like you just basically got knocked off your feet kind of thing, because then now we're sort of, okay, I think maybe I'm getting that you took on too much, basically. Things were just too much and it just got to the point where you couldn't move forward anymore. It was just like, you push the horse until the horse can't pull anymore kind of thing. And so the horse has been knocked off its feet. You're doing a lot of galloping inwardly, like what happened, and trying to run around and figure things out, but you're not moving forward at the moment. So what's happened now? So we're moving on to our central issue, which is Kaunas reversed. It's sort of, you are honing your focus, but you're also eliminating distractions. You're saying, okay, let's get rid of a lot of what we were carrying and then try, let's take the whole load off and let's try with one straw. And if that's okay, then we'll try 2 straws. It's basically, we're rebuilding, but we're starting by eliminating things. This could be anything. This could be something that you were doing and it got to the point where it wasn't sustainable. And it stopped you. And so now you're in a situation where you're like, okay, how can we make this sustainable? Obviously I was carrying too much before, or I was doing too much before, or I was taking in too much before, or taking on too much before. What is going to help you at this point? We have Raido reversed, which is the rune of the journey, and it's reversed. I mean, this is implied in this at all times. So the Raido is riding. So you're riding a horse. The horse is movement and spirit. And you're directing the horse. And that's the difference, is that basically you were probably directing this horse to carry too much. So you were probably taking on too much. You were carrying too much. You were trying to do too much, or just you were doing too much. And that's why the horse basically collapsed at this point. So now you're in a situation of, so let's eliminate some things. And honing a focus is definitely in there, but the focus really is on eliminating things like what was going on. So what's going to help is to officially put a stop to the driving forward. We have Raido reversed, of course, which is the journey, but it's reversed. So you're basically both not driving the horse forward at the moment. You're stopping the journey for now while we sort this out. But you're also taking the journey inward. You're connecting with that horse, which is spirit, whatever spirit is for you. And just basically we're reworking this. So we're putting this on pause. We're putting the forward momentum on pause while we work this out. What is also going to help is, this is where I was saying, is like you're going to basically be rebuilding and restructuring. We have Ingvaz, which is the rune of Ing. Ing is another name for Frey, and Frey is the fertility god. I read this as active creation. So you are basically restructuring what you, the foundation and scaffolding of what you had going on before, because it wasn't sustainable. So you're basically taking, you know, what you were doing before, and you're basically trying to see what the horse can manage, what you can manage, and what even the horse as a physical aspect of, you know, a physical representation, you know, the animal, the dear animal that we inhabit and that we drive onward and onward. So that's another read on the horse for that. I mean, the horse is the horse. Cooperation is implied because there's riding involved, and same with ride though. So you'd have to work with the physical corporeal form to do something that's sustainable, and also that is sustainable for spirit as well. What isn't going to help is, first of all, things were overheated, and you're just worried about that again. But second of all, Sovilo is the sun. It has to do with source energy, and it's a very positive rune in the negative spot. So that's blank. So you're basically going to be worried about energy levels, and this is a serious thing, because this is going to be a thing where no matter what you do, this is going to be in the back of your mind now. You're going to be very, very worried about it, and it may make you a bit even too cautious. You may be worried about, it's like, no, I'm never going to do that much again. You know, there's a certain amount that will be sustainable, and you're going to find it when you're doing this. So, first of all, don't say, no, the pressure's on, I must continue the way that it was. And second of all, try to mitigate the worry about this happening again. And third of all, try not to worry about the energy levels things, because this is why you're doing it. You may just like curl up and go, no, never again. Well, there is a possibility to do some, you know, not like as much as you were doing, whatever it was that you were doing when you collapsed, but you can do some of it, and this is what this is for. In the meantime, we're stopping the journey so that you can work things out. What also won't help, and what really won't help, is that you're afraid of what, you know, it's a fear of the unknown. We have blank rune, but also you may also be tempted to just like sweep everything off the table and start blank, like blank slate kind of thing. Excuse me. So that may be actually something that would drag you down. It just really seems like a sense of, it's like, nope, nope, nope. And, you know, yes, certainly nope a little bit. But at the same time, there's no reason why you can't carry forward in a more sustainable way. So that's why, you know, these things might be a bit of an extreme reaction. You are definitely going to be tempted to do them because this is not comfortable or pleasant. But bring yourself back up to this. It's like, no, we're going to just basically put the journey forward on hold. I'm going to not drive myself forward like I was until we sort out what I can and can't do. And so take a really good look at things and really sort this out. Like really look at what you can do. And try, you know, very, very small. It may ultimately be that you're going to give up the whole thing of what you were carrying that made you collapse. But if there's any chance, because I think obviously this is meaningful for you enough that you were doing it, or even fun enough that you were doing it. Like this could be something that has to do with maybe lifestyle choices, like what you've been eating, what you've been drinking, you know, what you've been taking into your body. That may be a viable situation of what this is representing, or it could be workload. You know, that's another thing, like one of those things. So it could be any of those sorts of things that you were taking on too much or taking in too much. And so this is the situation where obviously you can't go on the way you were. So you're going to try reducing that. And what's going to help, of course, is stopping the journey while you sort this out, and then trying different things, constructing different things to sort it out. And yes, you're going to be worried about energy levels. And yes, you're going to be worried about, you may be tempted to just sweep everything off the table. But we want to be not extreme. We want to be nuanced and take this in a subtle way that may actually allow for some of what you have been enjoying or what you have been able to accomplish. What this is going to lead you to is we have Othala reversed. And I always read Othala reversed in 3 ways, and they're very applicable here. 1, step outside of your comfort zone. Whatever you had as your comfort zone, taking on too much or taking in too much, we need to step outside of that, and you will be by the time you finish this step. 2, letting go of things that no longer serve you. If this was workload, obviously letting go of, all the extra that you had that were dragging you down. And also if this was stuff that you were taking in, letting go of the things that were really doing harm to your metabolism or whatever else that is that you were doing. And I usually add the 3rd, which is finding a sense of home within. That's definitely applicable, not as much as the other 2, I think, in this particular case, but certainly by the end of it, you're going to be looking to be very much more mindful about your personal sense of home. Your own inner home, the one that you carry with you, so that you can be more comfortable and so that the horse doesn't get knocked off its feet again. So that is a very important message that I need to heed as well. But that is the message that needed to come through today for somebody, for whoever this message is for and for whenever you find this video. So that is the message. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.